I always want dinner that's easy and fast, and that's what I'm going to bring you this week. Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. Before we get started on this recipe, I do want to thank Catalina Crunch for sponsoring today's video. We love their cookies. They're low carb, they're delicious, but I'll tell you more about that later. This first recipe is going to be made in the Instant Pot. I'm pretty sure you could just make it on the stovetop as well. It just wouldn't be quite as fast, or instant. Boom. But I am thawing my ground beef in the microwave now. I got all of my ingredients. The recipe calls for a half a teaspoon, I think. Yes, a half a teaspoon of oregano, dried oregano. But I have fresh oregano growing on the back porch in my little herb garden. Y'all, this thing is not so little anymore. Let's go look at it. I have curly parsley. I almost said curly pasta. Curly parsley here. Then I have Italian oregano here in the middle, and it is, look at this. Look at this. It's crazy. And then I have flat Italian parsley over on this side. So they are doing great, but I need to use up some of it, obviously. So I'm going to go grab my kitchen shears and come out here and cut some of this oregano off. Okay, we got it. So the recipe calls for a half a teaspoon of dried. I think a teaspoon of dried is about a tablespoon of fresh. So we'll do a half a tablespoon. So what is that? A teaspoon and a half? Look at me doing math. Y'all impressed? You should be. Did I even tell you what we're making? I don't know that I did. We are making Instant Pot taco tortellini casserole. It's very easy. Bonus, you can even do this if your ground beef is frozen. You don't have to thaw it like I did. If you are really in a crunch, the recipe actually says use frozen. So there's that. The recipe doesn't call for it, but we love onion. So I'm going to cut a little bit of onion up, not this entire thing, probably just about half. And it looks like it has a bad spot on it anyway over here on this side. So I'll just use what I can. Okay, while I'm standing here crying because I don't ever take any of your advice or my own advice about cutting onions, I always just jump right in there and then regret it. So let's chop up this oregano while we're over here. That should be plenty of fresh oregano. Again, you can use dried. I just happen to have this in my little herb garden. Let's turn this on to saute. Now, if your ground beef is still frozen, you don't have to do this part. I'm going to cook it all on the saute function here, but you don't have to do that if you're just gonna use frozen. I have the recipe printed here, and as always, I will have it linked in the description box. While we are waiting on the Instant Pot to get hot, I'm gonna shred my cheeses. Now the recipe calls for 2 cups of cheddar cheese. I'm gonna do a cup of cheddar cheese, but also a cup of Monterey Jack. Commentators in here saying, looks like you got your work cut out for you.
Might have to help you a little bit here, just because I want to.
Oh, you so sweet. Gracie Lou is out on the front or back porch, so she has no idea that cheese shredding is happening right now. Can you believe that? Okay, so our Instant Pot says it's hot. Let's add in our pound of ground beef. And I'm also gonna add in that onion that I diced. And I'm just gonna cook this until it's done. And then we'll add in the rest. I'm gonna add in a couple of tablespoons of my homemade taco seasoning. You can just use a pack from the store if that's what you have. And then I'm also gonna add in some minced garlic. You know what else we're gonna go ahead and add? We're gonna add our fresh oregano. So you can add your dried at this point if that's what you have. That'll season the beef as well. Okay, so our ground beef is done cooking. I'm gonna turn the Instant Pot off for now. And we're gonna add in a can of diced tomatoes. I'm using fire roasted. And then we're also gonna add in a cup of beef broth. Let me stir all of that together. And then at this point, we're also gonna add in 1 cup of the cheese. Not all of it, but some of it. I'm gonna try to add a little cheddar and a little Monterey. Let's stir all of that together. And I'm gonna grab my tortellini. So this recipe calls for 250 grams of tortellini. I'm gonna be real honest. No idea how much 250 grams of tortellini is, except on this bag, it has grams. Boop, boop. This is the family size and it's got 567. So we're gonna use about half of this bag.
Go half it.
Go half it. Now, we're gonna add the tortellini on top of the beef mixture. We are not going to stir it in. This is just a 5 cheese tortellini. We are just gonna Make sure it's all in one layer, but we're not gonna stir it. I'm gonna add a couple more just for good measure. There we go. Let me take my Instant Pot clip off. This thing is so nice. And we're gonna pop the lid on. Let me make sure this is on there. Okay. I'm gonna set it to sealing, and we're gonna pressure cook. It's set at 1 hour from the last time. I'm gonna bring it all the way down. You're not gonna believe me when I tell you what I'm doing. We're gonna pressure cook for 0 minutes. Not kidding. So basically it's gonna come up to pressure and then be done. So it just came up to pressure and it immediately starts counting up at this point. We're gonna do a quick release, and I already have my oven set to broil, and we are going to add all of our casserole here and top it with the rest of the cheese and just broil it for a couple of minutes. I'm gonna stir this around. Can you even see it? Not really. You'll see it in just a second. And we're going to transfer it over to this dish. Now, there's a good bit of liquid in it just because we had that beef broth, so I'm kind of draining it a little bit as I go. I don't want it too liquidy. I am gonna top it with just a little bit of salt and pepper. There is a good bit of salt in the taco seasoning, so I'm not gonna add too much salt, but I do want some pepper. Now we're just gonna top it with the remainder of the cheese. And this is gonna go under the broiler for maybe 3 to 5 minutes. Just keep an eye on it, obviously. You don't wanna burn it. I do this because I'm gonna walk away and then I'll forget it and I'll burn it. Sure as the world, I'll do it. We let this rest for just a few minutes before digging in.
Thank you so much for cooking this.
You're welcome. Thank you for doing the yard work today.
Looks like some comfort food after several hours of
yard work. Yeah.
I'm happy about it. It looks delicious. It smells incredible too. Oh man. Spicy meat. Not too much.
Yeah.
Got that good Tex-Mex Mexican flavor,
Sure.
you know.
Yeah.
With the fire roasted tomatoes. Then you got the tortellini. It's got that gooey little cheesy middle in there.
Yeah.
Not really much of a sauce.
No.
It's a little saucy.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely get that oregano flavor in there.
Do we?
Yeah. That's
Our
really
oregano
good.
from over there.
Yeah.
We're so excited. Ma'am, you're being very loud. Yeah. You missed the cheese inside. I'm sorry. You were out here napping. Yeah. I'm sorry. Okay, y'all. I'm digging in. I would not change a thing.
No.
This is so good.
It's really good.
It's kind of unexpected because tortellini is usually an Italian, Italian meal. So it's kind of unexpected to have the taco flavor, but it goes so well together. The creaminess of that cheese in the middle of the tortellini, man, that is delicious. Y'all need to make this one. So easy. I wanted to show y'all our miniature roses that I picked today and put out here. So this is my second time doing this, and y'all, they last for a solid week. We have these coral color, and we call them red, but they're really a deep pink color. They are gorgeous, and they look so nice out here on the porch. Such a nice table centerpiece. Oh, excuse me, sir. Was that a go-backer? It was a go-backer. It is delicious.
That meat sauce, that cheese tortellini. And
I don't know about y'all, but I have a sweet tooth. And a lot of times after dinner, I am wanting something sweet. I don't want to have a lot of sugar and carbs though, and that's where Catalina Crunch comes in. Catalina Crunch cookies are so delicious, and you don't have to feel guilty when you eat 2 or more at a time. They have 4 flavors, and all 4 flavors are inspired by nostalgic childhood favorite cookies, and they taste nearly identical. So they've got the chocolate vanilla, the vanilla cream, peanut butter, and mint chocolate. I like all of them. My favorite is still the mint chocolate. I'm a mint. Anything mint, give it to me. That's what satisfies my craving the most. But if you want to try all 4 of them, they do offer a variety pack, so you can get all 4 and you can decide which one is your favorite. So what sets them apart from your childhood favorites is they are much better for you. So they're low in sugar. They only have 1 gram of sugar per cookie. They're low in carbs with only 5 net carbs. They are higher in protein. They have 4 grams of protein per serving. They are keto friendly, so if you do follow the keto lifestyle, you can eat these cookies. And they're made with clean ingredients, no artificial sweeteners, flavors, or colors of any kind. So unlike your childhood favorite cookies, these are packed with plant protein and fiber and clean ingredients. So when you need to satisfy that sweet craving, Catalina Crunch cookies are the way to do it, and you can do it guilt-free. Oh my gosh, those are my favorite. So good. So if you're interested in trying Catalina Crunch, just click the link below in my description box. You're going to use the code MANDY to get you 15% off plus free shipping on any Catalina Crunch cookie packs. So if you already have a favorite flavor, you can get 4 of those, or you can try the variety pack like I mentioned. And heads up, you get an even bigger discount if you subscribe. So if you're thinking about trying it, now is the time because you can save 15% and get free shipping. Just check out the link below. Thank you, Catalina Crunch, for sponsoring this portion of today's video. Let's get back to cooking. Okay, for this recipe I'm about to make, it's going to take about 30 minutes. And hang on, Steven's coming out of his office.
And here he comes.
Oh, that's special.
Oh.
Nope.
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 Don't take a bite. I know what you want.
I see something over there.
He can't have a bite.
Now that's flavor right there.
Yeah, but don't touch that. It's hot.
We won't tell nobody else.
Okay. I'm on.
I like your green shirt.
Thanks. You like my green necklace?
I do.
Okay.
All right.
Let me film.
What are we doing?
Oh, you gonna stand here with me? You want to introduce this? You don't even know what I'm making.
We're having something good.
Something soft and good?
Something soft and good. It looks good.
Yeah. I'm about to get started.
Okay.
All right, get out of here. For this recipe, it is a 30-minute meal. It is really quick to put together, and then you just throw it in the oven. This is a chicken zucchini bake with bacon. Bacon is what he was eyeing a few minutes ago when he walked in here. You cannot make bacon in this house and expect it to last more than like 5 minutes. And you know what I just thought about? I could probably do this in my air fryer, but I'm just gonna go ahead and go with my oven. So let's preheat the oven to 375. Okay, I've got a little bit of slicing to do, but I'm gonna go ahead and add my chicken to this baking dish. I'm gonna spray it with a little nonstick spray. And you need 4 thinly sliced chicken breasts. I had 2 chicken breasts that were very thick, so I just cut them in half. Okay, let's let that sit there. And let's go chop some zucchini. Now, we're not gonna chop it in our traditional way. We are going to do long, thin slices so that they will fit over top of the chicken. So I'm gonna cut the ends off, and then I'm gonna stand it up. I'm debating on whether I should peel it. I decided to peel it. Also, I got a new peeler, and all peelers do this. Mine was just really old, but you can go forward and back. You don't have to just do one direction, in case you don't know that. Okay, that's good enough. I don't have to peel the entire thing. Okay, so I'm gonna do long, thin slices. That's not very thin. Okay, let's try that again. That's more like it. So we're sneaking some zucchini in there. It's not gonna be too much. It's gonna go really well with all the other flavors, but you're getting that little bit of vegetable in there. It could be better, but you know what? We're gonna call it good and move on. Next, we're gonna chop up our bacon. I pre-cooked this just a little bit ago, and it says just to chop this up. You need 6 or 7 pieces. Lastly, I need about ½ a cup of Parmesan cheese. You could definitely get it pre-shredded if you wanted to. My mozzarella cheese is already pre-shredded because I get that creamy melt, but we love having Parmesan, like a block of Parmesan on hand. That should be plenty. Okay, we're back over here to our chicken. You need some ranch powder. So I just buy it like this at Sam's Club because it's a large amount and we use a good bit here. But if you have a pack, you're gonna use about half of the pack. I'm not gonna measure it out. I'm just gonna sprinkle it. You're gonna sprinkle this all over your chicken. Now we're gonna top our chicken with our zucchini. That one's a little, let me fix it, hang on. That's a little bit better. There we go. Next is our chopped cooked bacon, because yes, please. And then lastly, we are going to top it with our mozzarella cheese and our Parmesan cheese. You need about ½ a cup of both. If you've never tried this, I've said it a million times and I'll keep saying it. This creamy melt mozzarella is the best. It melts the best of any mozzarella I've ever used. So you need about ½ a cup of the mozzarella and about ½ a cup of shredded or grated Parmesan. And then this is going in the oven. I think I need to cover it. Let me check on that. Just kidding, you don't cover it. Just put this in the oven at 375 for about 20 minutes. It just varies on how thick your chicken is, obviously, so just keep an eye on it. I'm gonna set the timer for about 23 minutes, I think, and then we'll check it.
Cheesy bacon ranch chicken.
Yes, with zucchini.
With a little zucchini on top.
I'm telling you what.
I like that.
Excellent.
Very tasty.
Well, good. I'm glad you like it.
I like how you use the zucchini on there too.
Yeah, I just did some mac and cheese on the side, just some little instant mac and cheese, but I thought this one sounded really good and tasty, so I'm glad you like it.
Good. Very good.
Our neighbor is outside doing some work, so if you hear that, I apologize. But y'all, this is really good. I love the zucchini. I love the flavor of the zucchini with the chicken and the texture of it with the chicken. And then that ranch flavor is coming out, and then of course the bacon and the cheeses. It's really tasty. I love this healthy chicken dinner. I have bacon. You want some bacon? Okay. Enjoy that, little girl. She said, I did. I need more. Ma'am. Was it so tasty? Okay, y'all, it is same day, but I am about to fix dinner, and tonight's supper is a Subbie supper. If you're new here, Subbie supper just stands for subscriber supper, meaning one of my subscribers sent in one of their favorite recipes, and we're gonna give it a try. And this is Carol's own creation. It comes from Carol, and she calls it her Texas pot roast. Carol is married to her wonderful husband, Brad. They have 4 children and 2 bonus kiddos. She said the oldest is almost 21 and the youngest is almost 2. That is a big gap. You're a stronger woman than I am, Carol. She said they live in the Texas Hill Country and they love good comfort food. Fun fact, she said her 15-year-old daughter loves to get in the kitchen with her and help her create new recipes. They created this particular one. Y'all, the ingredients, top notch. I am so stoked about this, and it's going in the Instant Pot. I'm sure you could cook this low and slow all day in a crock pot, so never fear, but we're gonna be making it in the Instant Pot. We really don't have that much dicing to do. She said to use baby carrots, so that's what I'm gonna do. Obviously, I don't have to dice that up. You can optionally add in a jalapeno, she said, and of course we are. But I just need to chop up this celery and then this onion. She said 4 to 5 stalks of celery and a medium onion. Okay, I left the root intact. I just cut it down the middle and left the root intact. That helps not release all of the toxins or gases or whatever it is that it makes your eyes water. Like, I know that, but I never do that. But I did it today because I don't feel like crying right now. Much better, much, much better. And now let's dice up. I'm gonna seed the jalapeno. I left a few of the seeds in there just so you know, just to add a little extra heat because we ain't scared. Okay, all of our veggies are gonna go into the bottom of our Instant Pot. I don't think I'm gonna use this entire bag of carrots. Yeah, I'm gonna do about half. And let's add our veggies. And she said you could mix this around. Okay, we're gonna set this to the side and make a little concoction. Okay, in this bowl, we're gonna be adding about 3 cups of beef broth. I don't think I have quite 3 cups in here. I might have to open another one. Yeah, I had about 2 cups. So let's go grab another one. We're gonna add in a pack of brown gravy and a pack of Au Jus. We're gonna put in 1 to 2 tablespoons of sriracha. I have learned my lesson. This lid hates me, so I just take the lid off and I'm gonna eyeball this. That's probably good. We need about a tablespoon of minced garlic. So now we need about a tablespoon of this Knorr tomato bouillon with chicken flavor. I've heard people talk about this and I've never gotten it before, so I'm excited to use this in this recipe and then use it in other recipes too. About a tablespoon of that. We also need about a tablespoon of celery salt, a tablespoon of this Dale's steak seasoning, a couple of teaspoons of white pepper. And then one thing that I don't have that she mentioned that you'll want to use, will you grab me a whisk? Thank you. Steven's in here. Is truffle salt. You'll need 1 to 2 teaspoons of it. My grocery store didn't have it, but let's whisk all of this together. Okay, we're gonna take half of the liquid mixture and pour it in with our veggies. And we're gonna stir that around. Now we're gonna place our chuck roast on top. You want 3 to 4 pounds of chuck roast and you wanna cut it up into about 4 pieces. And now on top of this, we're gonna pour the remainder of our liquid. There's all that garlic settled to the bottom. Y'all thought I had it all together, didn't you? But if you've been here a while, you know, I forgot an ingredient because that's what I do. So I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of this fajita seasoning on top. I'm not gonna use the entire pack, but yeah, don't forget the fajita seasoning. Let's put, why does this thing hate me? Just kidding, now we're ready. Let's lock that on and set it to sealing. We are gonna do pressure cook for 1 hour, and then we will let it naturally release for about 20 minutes. Okay, it has been over 20 minutes. I told you to let it naturally release for 20 minutes. I was on a phone call. It naturally released all the way to the pin dropping. So we're ready to open this up. Oh my goodness. So what we're gonna do now is we are going to ladle some of this liquid out, and we're going to put it on the stove and thicken it up. Grab a ladle full, put it in here. I'm gonna do that a lot of times. I'll see you back in a second. What you think? You think that's enough, or you want me to do a little bit more?
Maybe just one more.
Okay, let's turn on the right eye. There we go. Let's turn it on to high. Also over here, I have potatoes that are gonna be coming up to a boil. We're gonna serve this over mashed potatoes because you cannot have pot roast and not have mashed potatoes. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of a cornstarch slurry to thicken this up. I'm just gonna add a couple of teaspoons of water and just mix this around until it dissolves, and then we're gonna pour it into the gravy. Okay, so it's come up to a boil. Let's add in this cornstarch and whisk it around, and we'll just let it thicken. It won't take long at all. And the good thing is, if it doesn't get thick enough, I can always add just a little more. I'm adding just a little bit more just because I wanted it to be just a little thicker. And then we're gonna remove it from the heat here in just a second. I feel like that's pretty good. It's not like water anymore, but it's not too thick either.
A few commentators in there.
I'm telling you what. Oh, you know what? Let's mash these up a little bit before I get started. And let's throw some butter. Some butter.
Butter. Yep. Load it up.
We ain't shy.
Nope.
All right, let's get that going. I already added some salt. I'm gonna add some pepper. And I like to do my mashed potatoes with heavy whipping cream. Just makes them even creamier. So let's see. Oh, it's falling apart. That's always a good sign. I'm gonna remove my meat here and just kind of shred it up just a bit. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Wow. All right, that's enough for now.
We got a lake of gravy on here. Look at that.
Yes, we do.
Tender, juicy, delicious. Really nice flavors in there. That gravy is packed full of flavor.
I thought it would be. I mean, how could it not be? I'm jealous. I want to eat.
Carol did an amazing job.
I'm telling you what. It's bold.
Very bold, beefy flavors.
But it's not spicy. It's
No.
It's got a hint
Just a little,
of heat.
just a little something in there. You know?
Yeah. But it's definitely not spicy.
Oh no. You just want to pour that gravy on there and just drink it down. It's so good.
It is good. Y'all, it's so tender. The flavor in that gravy is just amazing. The carrots are super tender. Everything is perfectly cooked. Oh, my goodness,
This is
y'all.
delicious.
Y'all gotta make this. Carol, thank you so much for sharing your creation with us. This is delicious.